Hey guys, welcome back to ItsRJTV. We are doing another video on how to win. And one way to win is your golf club selection, bank management, getting help from people in the community who play this game quite often. I'm sorry, I know it looks like I'm a helicopter pilot. I'm just trying out different microphones, and on the budget that I'm on, I guess bulky is cheap. So anyway, first thing I want to start off with on this video is I did start a Twitch channel. I have a lot of fun on the Twitch channel with you guys. It's a great place for me to, um, play with you guys, work out some of the kinks in your golf game. I'm not the master of all or anything like that, but the people who have been on, we've had fun, ranging from trying to say tongue twisters, figuring out, okay, well, you're going the wrong way, or try to put a little curl on the ball. So if you want, join me at Twitch, like twitch.tv/ItsRJTV. So I want to tell you a few things that I've been doing lately that have been pretty fun. Talk about a few clubs and everything, and try to get through this video without saying everything again. I'm sorry, I don't have a script, I'm just going off the cuff. First of all, bankroll. Look at that bankroll I got. Man, I went broke too many times in the past. And, it's a great feeling to be at 700. Nah, that's not good. Let's go over here and accept our gifts. There we go. We're over 800,000. According to Golf Clash Tommy, who I listen to quite often, you want 10 times the entrance fee. So let's take a look at my trophies here real quick. Not a single game played on Tour 8. Not a single game played on Tour 7. What's the entrance fee? 100,000. I have 800,000. I need 200,000 more to get into Tour 7, but I want to maintain 100,000, so I'm actually going to go for 1.1 million before I go in there. I'm maxed out on Tour 6. I don't care about the trophies. It's still a nice cash cow. And no matter where you're at, whether you're on Tour 2 or if you're on Tour 22, however high up they go, Tour 11, cash management is super important. Another thing, I've done plenty of videos on the golf clubs themselves, and my golf club videos have done very well. I'm extremely upset at myself that my most popular video that has over 30,000 views at the time of me recording this, I believe it's that one, is my first golf clash golf club video. And I don't have the same feelings I had now. I know more now than I did when I came out with that video, but that one, the views just keep skyrocketing, and I would really like if, a video like this could replace it. So let's go over to the clubs, and I'm just going to tell you, straight from Tour 1 all the way up to, I've played Tour 7 in the past. It made me pretty much go bankrupt. And, I lost all my trophies there. That's why you saw Tour 8 was unlocked, because I got enough trophies to unlock it. And then I lost all my money, and I've been working my way back. This was several months ago. I started another account, so on and so forth. Anyway, I don't want to sit here and babble. Let's get down to the drivers first. So we're going to hit on drivers. Okay, so when you first start playing the game, obviously you're always going to get beginner clubs. The Rocket is a fine club until you get the extra mile. The extra mile is rare, and the Rocket is common. So you're going to get a ton of Rocket cards. But I don't care how much you upgrade the Rocket, you're not going to get your Rocket better than the extra mile, especially at level 6. Now, people talk about accuracy, this, that, and the other. I'm sorry. I agree with you 100%. All my other clubs in my bag are based off of accuracy, because accuracy is super important, except for off the tee. Most of the time, you're going to want distance, and you're going to need the distance of the extra mile, and then eventually the Apocalypse. And there's other clubs in there you can make arguments for if you upgrade them enough, but I've seen so many people playing with the quarterback on, believe it or not, Tour 6. You know, playing with the rocket on Tour 4. You know, you should have your extra mile by the time you get to Tour 4. Look in the shop. I'm going to press that purple icon down at the bottom. There we go. Oh, wow. Speak of the devil. Look what's there right now. An extra mile. Now, I'm not going to go and waste my gems buying one card for 10 gems because the price goes up every time, and it's not worth it. But if I didn't have it, I sure would buy it. You know, it's that useful of a card. Not car. We're not talking about a race car game here. So anyway, yeah, you want the extra mile, in my opinion, for Tour 5. The quarterback is really nice. A lot of people are using special balls. They're wasting their balls. You need those balls on Tour 6 and above. Tour 5, you don't need those balls, but it's really hard to beat people on Tour 5 when they're using special balls. So if you can upgrade your quarterback as you go along, and then when you get to Tour 5, or if you're on Tour 5 right now and you've been doing that, it's an excellent club for Tour 5, but that's super expensive just for one tour. I was talking with my buddy Joe. Don't know him that well, but you know, I go to him for advice and everything. Joe K understands why the quarterback would be an asset on Tour 5, if I remember his comment correctly. However, on Tour 6, no, you need the power. On Tour 4, no. There's a lot of places on Tour 4 where you need all your power. So I'm going on a little too far. Every video you've watched from me, the extra mile, the extra mile, the extra mile, and then when we unlock the apocalypse, it's going to be the apocalypse. Some people make a case for Thor's hammer. Some people make a case for the big topper. Whatever. You know, you want advice from me, that's what this is, advice. I'm not the end-all, be-all. There's people out there who are better than me, but I think we all agree on the extra mile. Next, we're going to go head over to the wood. Okay. I don't like the big dog. I guess I heard that the big dog is nice if you get it up to a high enough level. However, this is the way I went. I went with my beginner. If you can get the Horizon for Tour 4, I think it is. I get them confused. The one with, you know, the dark courses and the island jumping. I believe it's Tour. Yeah, it is Tour 4. You'll have an unfair advantage. The top spin on that is insane. And I highly recommend it, even if it's only level 1. However, for 90% of your courses, this is my recommendation for woods. You're going to use the Viper, which you get very early on in the game. If you're looking at the screen right now, you'll see beginner wood is what you get, and then the first club you open in level 1 is the Horizon. Then the Viper you see there, because it's in that spot, you get that on Tour 2, you get the big dog on Tour 3, so on and so forth, all the way up. While we're talking about woods, also for Tour 7, the Guardian is a must. You need all that backspin on your shootouts because you have a very small area for the putting green, and you really need to stick it. You know, the Thorn is another one where you just kind of stick it. You put all that backspin on there, and it gets you closer to the hole. So anyway, the Viper and the Hammerhead are the two that I recommend. You will outgrow the Viper as soon as you get the Hammerhead. Then start working on the Hammerhead. Hammerhead cards are hard to come by because it's an epic, but once you get it, it's great. The Sniper is a great card. It's very fun to play with, but it lacks on power. Anyway, we're going to move on because I don't want this to be a half-hour-long video like most of my videos end up being. Long Iron. You'll see I am still using the backbone. I chip in with the backbone, not with like complete regular, you know, regular C. Is that the right way to say it? Let me hop over here real quick. How many hole-in-ones do I have? Okay, I have 32 hole-in-ones. I don't know. We could figure out the percentage here. You know, I had 2,493 games, whatever. I wanted to show you hole-in-ones. Oh, also albatrosses are important. 6 albatrosses, 435 eagles. I'm not trying to show off my stats because it's not really about my stats. It's not about me. It's about clubs like the Backbone. We have the Backbone, and then a lot of people love the Goliath, and the Goliath is a good club, you know, that you get fairly early. You get a lot more power, but look at that accuracy difference. You know what I'm saying? The ball guides are about equal. Actually, the Goliath has a slightly better ball guide, but the ball guide is only so helpful when it comes to accuracy because your circle, your target's going to be bigger or smaller. The smaller it is, guess how big is a golf hole? A golf hole is tiny. So you want a tiny target. An 82 accuracy on the backbone is the way to go. The backbone, you get that on Tour 2. And then eventually you will get the B52, which should be the club that you end up with. However, if we look at these two clubs side by side, I still have the accuracy over there on the backbone. And the fact that there's no topspin on the B52, topspin isn't overly important, but it's something that's kind of like nice to have or whatever. These clubs are actually quite close. I think I want to get the B52, one more upgrade, and I'll be ready to get off of the backbone. But those are the only two long irons you're going to need. So, you can make a case for other ones. There are some courses where the Goliath may give you an advantage, and my backbone's level 9. From 8 to 9, that's a huge upgrade, but it's always cheap because you get it so soon and it's a common card. So that's the long iron. Now we go to the short irons. I don't really care for the Apache. I don't care for the Kingfisher. I don't care for the Runner. I couldn't wait until I opened up my Thorn. The Thorn is a great card. A great golf club. It's got tons of back spin on it. For beginners, it's good. Beginners, and when I say beginners, I mean like beginners on Tour 6, beginners on Tour 4, whatever. It gets you really close to the hole with all that backspin, especially if it's a really small green. However, let's take a look at those accuracy numbers. 91 for the Hornet. Both of them hit the ball. It's funny because they're both ranked number 5. Both of them hit exactly 86 yards. The accuracy is nearly double on the Hornet than what it is on the Thorn. And a lot of those hole-in-ones, if they didn't come from my long iron, they came from my short iron or my wedge. Very few of them come from hitting from the rough or hitting from a sand trap or whatever. Topspin, not really a big deal. Backspin does come in handy, but 30 has been enough for me on all courses that I've played. Curl, I mean, when you are talking about short irons, curling really isn't that necessary, and then you get literally 0.1% more ball guide on the Thorn. The Thorn will get you super close. The Hornet will get you in the hole a lot more often than the Thorn will. So I choose to go with the Hornet. But when we were talking about this club, let's see here, Apache's rare, Kingfisher's epic, so you'll probably end up with a Runner because it's a common card. Go ahead and upgrade, your card as much as you want at the lower levels, because obviously the better club you have, the better advantage you have. But as soon as you get a Thorn, I don't care if your Runner's level 4 and your Thorn's level 1 or your Hornet's level 1, switch over to those. That's my advice to you. But anyway, again, we spent too much time on a club, so let's go over to wedges. I'm a huge fan of the skewer. The Firefly is another one. A lot of people tease me. They don't like when, I'm sitting here saying, I'm not a big fan of the Firefly. As we could see, comparing the two. Now, obviously, it's level 2, but also another thing that's obvious is it's an epic. So you're not going to come across a lot of cards on this. But anyway, comparing the two as they stand right now, 42 yards to 35. Power doesn't really bother me, especially if you got a really accurate short iron, but it's decent. Both of the accuracies are low, but it's nearly double in the skewer. My skewer has actually only 0.2 of a percentage point, or whatever, 0.2, whatever, less ball guide. That's what the Firefly is known for. It's got an excellent ball guide, and the ball guide helps. It helps you get it in. Problem is, it's got a bigger target than the skewer has. Topspin, I never use topspin on a wedge, really. I mean, I guess sometimes I do, but it's very rare. Backspin, definitely can see using backspin on a wedge, especially if you're dealing with this really small green. And curl, to me, is useless. There might be 1 or 2 times when you use curl on a wedge or these shorter clubs, but, whatever. It is what it is. As far as mistake clubs go, let's move along to the rough iron. The Razor by far is my favorite. If you're lucky enough to get the rough cutter in Tour 1, use it. Jungleist is, pretty much trash or whatever. Machete's another one, that I liked a lot in terms of until I got my Razor. The Razor is cream of the crop, but believe it or not, even though the Nirvana is a Tour 7 club, I didn't get it in Tour 7. I got it in my free chests. A lot of times you get garbage in the free chest, but as you can see, I got 2 cards. I got 2 different times over just the past day, the past 24 hours. I got 2 Nirvanas. As soon as you open a club, as soon as as soon as you get it for the first time, the clubs start coming. The cards, blah blah blah, 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 the clubs start coming more often. So as soon as I get Nirvana up to level 2, maybe level 3, I'm going to be exchanging it for the Razor. Right now, I just can't justify it. I do get 5 more yards with the Nirvana, which is very attractive because anytime you hit in the rough, you want that ball to go as far as possible so you're not penalized if you hit it into the rough right off of the tee as much. You want to hit that ball as far as you can without overpowering it, because if you overpower it, it's already moving fast enough as it is. You overpower it, it's going to go crazy. You're going to end up slicing it. So you don't want to overpower unless it's 100% necessary. So 107 yards, 112 yards, the power does increase in the Nirvana. But beyond that, I'll take the 100 accuracy over the 60. And top spin, backspin, curl, none of that really matters to me. When it comes to a rough iron, there probably are certain instances where you use it, but let's face it, you're barely going over 100 yards with this club. So if you find yourself in front of trees or something, you're probably in trouble, either way. And then 3.8 ball guide versus a 2.9, but the Nirvana is excellent. That's not really going to be a factor. Power and accuracy are the 2 things I'm looking for in, my rough iron. Same thing goes with the sand wedge, which is going to be our final club that we're going to go over here real quick. I am extremely happy with the Malibu. I use the Desert Storm, which you get on Tour 2, until I unlocked the Malibu, and now I just keep upgrading the Malibu. Look at that power, 101, and it goes even higher. Accuracy at 88. Like I said, not too many of my, you don't get any hole-in-ones from a rough iron or a sand wedge, but I do have a few chip-ins with these cards. Top spin, nice to have in case you hit into the sand right off of the tee and you're not making it anywhere near the hole. You might as well get as much distance as you can. Backspin, use it here and there, and then you got that excellent ball guide. So anyway, these are the clubs that I would completely recommend. Aside from this, I really wish this video would take off. Not for being greedy or anything, because hey, I want views, so I want this video to take off. But the thing about it is this: the other club, the first video I ever did about golf clubs and Golf Clash, I didn't know what I knew today. You live, you learn, you grow, and if I could give myself advice in the past, I would say, hey, I believe on my first one, I said the Big Dog was a good club. Some people love the Big Dog. And see, that's the other thing. This is my advice to you. This is my opinion based on the stats, that come on this. So, I mean, you see I'm using the Hammerhead. The Hammerhead is an absolutely awesome, club. But me saying that just doesn't mean anything, So let's compare it to, say, the Sniper. So, I mean, there's a power deficiency with the Sniper, 166, 170. There are too many times, that you have to overpower the Sniper, in my opinion, because like I said, I'm an accuracy guy. So 100 accuracy compared to 83, that's big. You know what? I'm going to shut up on the Sniper. The Sniper's fun to play with. It just doesn't have the power. But what you guys want to see is the Big Dog. So I'm not only going to go by the numbers of the Big Dog that show there, but I'm going to add the power numbers to it. So 180 yards compared to 170. Okay, 10 yards is a pretty big deal. I'll give that to it. However, 25 accuracy, you're not going to be chipping in too many with this. As a matter of fact, it's not a very forgiving club because of the 25 accuracy. Your holes on your target are going to be bigger compared to the Hammerhead, where it's nice and tight. Top spin, 58, 67. Once again, that's just going to mean that the Big Dog can go even further, which is an asset. Backspin, 38 plus 6, what do we have? 44 compared to 31. Could be useful on certain shootouts, but I'm sticking with the hammerhead. And then ball guide. I mean, a 2.3. I'm sorry. We'll talk about ball guide, but we skipped curl on accident. 2.3 versus 3.2. You don't know where your ball is going to end up in a lot of the cases. You're kind of shooting blindly, and for me, that's just not the way to go. Especially in shootouts, or especially if you're dealing with really small greens and you're trying to get it as close to the hole as possible. Curl, wow, that's got some ridiculous curl on it though. 77 plus 18, geez, that's going to max it out almost. That's probably like the biggest amount was 77, 87, 97 minus 2, 90, 95 curl. Can't can't hit it there. I mean, that's some excellent curl, but yeah, it needs the accuracy. That's what it comes down to. But anyway, I don't want to talk too much. You don't really have to get used to the hammerhead as well, because the Viper, I always call the hammerhead the big brother to the Viper, because it does what the Viper does. It just does it better. And as you can see, you got increased accuracy, increased top spin, not so much back spin, but whatever, increased curl. And then if I were to upgrade the ball guide again, I would have a slightly better ball guide, but no big deal. But anyway, this video's gone on a little bit too long as it is. I just wanted to say, open up your free chests, because, there's some goodies in there. I got my Nirvana from there, which was just shocking. Maybe I'll get my Apocalypse. That would be pretty awesome. Log on to get those. Always do your pin chests. Always open your chests. Try to keep them in the tour. Watch your bank management. And join me on Twitch. Again, it is twitch.tv/ItsRJTV. Altogether, one word. And when I do these Twitch things right now, I don't have a solid time that I'm doing them. But when I do them, I play with you. If you join me in the chat and you don't want to play with me, I answer your questions. It's something. It's a hobby. I like to do it, and I like helping you guys out. I wish this was here. I had a YouTube channel prior to Golf Clash, and you know what? I had 50 subscribers. I was getting 10 to 20 views in the first week. Of putting up a video. I would talk about anxiety. I'd talk about faith. I'd talk about so many things. They're just different things. Nobody cared. And then one day I decided, hey, you know what? I like this game Golf Clash, and I had some questions, and I couldn't easily find answers. So I'm going to make a Golf Clash video. And here I sit. Geez, 500 more subscribers than I had before I made my first Golf Clash video. I have a video out there with over 30,000 views, which unfortunately I'd like a video like this to take off and overtake that one, simply because this is better information than what was on my first one. But so many people are looking for information, and that is why my channel took off. I saw a need and I filled it. And, so I mean, I get a lot of people asking me what I use for recording. Like right now, I'm using Lonely Screen and OBS, thanks to Golf Clash Tommy telling me about these, tools to help you guys out. And, I enjoy playing you guys. I had to turn down a couple games just before recording on this. Save your gems. That's another thing I wanted to tell you. Save your gems. You see, I got 1,631 gems. As a matter of fact, right now I am out of Marlins. So you save up them gems, and as soon as you get to Tour 6, you're going to have an abundance of them. Only use them to buy clubs that you must have. I did the math on these here, and you don't save money by buying one pack of balls or by buying 20 packs of balls. It's the same cost either way. So 25 gems, boom. I'll spend the 25 gems. Now I got 9 Marlin balls. And, honestly, I think if you buy in bulk, they should give you some kind of discount. I don't bother with Titans or Kingmakers yet. Maybe when I get higher, above Tour 7, I'm going to need these balls. But as far as you, if you're watching my video, chances are you are either on Tour 6 or lower. You don't need anything but a Marlin. If you're on Tour 5, and you have enough cards and enough money to upgrade your quarterback, well worth it, because you're going to be winning 10 grand per game. So you'll earn your money back relatively quickly, and you're not going to be wasting your gems on, special balls, and you're going to be beating people who are using special balls with the extra mile. The extra mile is the club that you want to use throughout the game, in my opinion, and except for Tour 5, because Tour 5 changed. And there may be other changes that happen. Look at the date of the video. As of right now, they just changed a little bit on Tour 3. So, if they're going to be doing other changes, this could become obsolete. That's the chance that I take. But right now, the information's good. The information's solid. I've been going on for 25 minutes. That is way too long. I just want to tell you guys, again, I'm not trying to show off or anything. I got good by seeking out information. I have a 57% winning percentage. I know a lot of people out there who have a higher winning percentage than me. I know a lot of people out there who can kick my butt at this game. However, I'm extremely happy with my statistics, with my holes and ones, with my albatrosses, eagles, birdies, so on and so forth. Dunking has become very easy for me. If you have any questions, follow me on Twitch. I'll link it in the description below. Or if verbally is better for you, go to twitch.tv/ItsRJTV. Follow me, because right now I don't have a schedule. And, I don't accept donations or anything there. I enjoy playing games. And when I get someone on there who wants to watch me play for a little while, they come up with a question, or they just want to talk. I don't have to talk about Golf Clash. I met so many great people. I got my first paycheck from YouTube. That was an awesome thing. Over $100. I'm not a big channel by any stretch of the imagination. I get paid for this because you guys watch the commercials. I don't want money from you guys. You won't see me sitting here, hey, contribute to my Patreon, or whatever. I don't know what the future holds, but right now, YouTube's paying me for doing this. That's enough for me, and I get enjoyment out of helping you guys. I've become friends with a guy named Gary who's on my friends list. If you guys want to go. This video's already run too long, but I just want to tell you, let's look at my friends list real quick here. Rainer is a good friend. I talk to Rainer almost every night. Not like talking voice to voice or anything, but we're friends on Messenger. Jassam has actually joined me in one of my Twitch sessions. Great guy. We had a lot of fun. We talked back and forth. I've talked with Mark before. Joseph just hopped on. He comments on a lot of my videos, my YouTube videos. This guy is a big time pro. He's just like Rainer is, and Jassam. Jassam's up there as well. Mark, we've talked in forums together. I don't think I've ever really, spoke to him. Larry, we play games. I've played a game or two with Abdullah. Tommy has a YouTube channel, Golf Clash Tommy. Me and him have done a lot of talking, both voice chatting and talking. I've made so many friends is basically what I'm trying to say on here. I've gotten advice from a lot of people. I hope I don't leave anyone out. Dennis, I don't really know Dennis, but Cleveland Browns fan, you're good in my book. Gary's a good friend of mine. We talk on the phone almost every day. He's a great guy. Let's see, Chad, Sean, Brian, William, Liam. Sean, I know that icon. I think he's joined me in a chat or two. Liam, we had some good conversations in the chats. Jeffrey, I just had to decline a challenge from Jeffrey right before I started recording because I was making this. So, going on forward, I don't want to leave anyone out. Christopher, oh my God, this dude's awesome. This guy's a beast. He's a warrior. He's a good friend of mine on here. He's got one blemish on his record. He's a Michigan fan. I can forgive him. He's cool enough. But going on, Marlon, he's a real life friend. Steele, I became Facebook friends with him. Helped him out through the Twitch stream. So, just going down, just my friends list here, I've got to know so many of you guys. I'm very open, and I don't know. It does it for me. It's my hobby. I like helping you guys out. So, you know, if you need any help, definitely follow me on Twitch, because the only reason I'm on Twitch is to record on the stream for you guys to help you out. Same thing goes, you know, I probably shouldn't have done that. You guys need something pretty to look at. The same thing goes for here on YouTube. I'm not always going to be doing Golf Clash videos. I'm sure I'm going to go in other directions. Golf Clash, just like many other games, eventually something's going to overtake it, and you know, it's not going to be so popular. But while it is, and while I'm enjoying playing it, I'm going to share my wealth of knowledge with you guys. So follow me on Twitch. If you're not already subscribed on the YouTube channel, subscribe to me. Most of my videos, you know, are Golf Clash related right now at the time, but you know, there's other stuff out there. Aside from that, you know, if you enjoyed this video, if it helped you in any way, the only payment I'd love from you would be, if you're not already subscribed, hit the subscribe button. And if you are subscribed, hit the like button. You know, if I wasn't clear about something, or if you have a question about another club or anything like that, comment. I love going through my comments. As a matter of fact, ask any one of my commenters. A lot of the time, unless I'm asleep, I see that I got a comment on my video. It makes my day. I go straight to the comments and I answer the question right away. So, you know, I'm usually really good. You have a question on the comments, boom, I'll get there like that. If not, hit me up on Facebook Messenger. My name is RJ Friedman, Friedman. You see my little icon up there. So I got the Sons of Anarchy hat. I got on a flannel. Picture was taken almost a year ago. Winter's coming. You know nothing, Jon Snow, except for how to plow snow. Anyway, I've said goodbye like 12 times, and this time I really meant it. God bless you guys. Take care. Oh, one more thing. Let me know in the comments how I sound. This is my son's headset. I know, again, that it's big and bulky. If I'm too quiet, I'm not going to buy it. If if I sound good, I'm going to go ahead and buy it. I kind of like having the headphones. I don't really like the way I look. However, I love having the headphones because it just blocks everything out that can distract me. And, you know, it just keeps me on point with you guys. God bless.